It has been 7 years since I first created my author pages on social media and attempted to grow my audience and reach my readers and sell my debut book. And now, 7 years later, at the moment, I'm sitting at around 525,000 followers on just my author pages, not including Marketing by Shelby. And it has been a journey, a whirlwind. And I want to share with you in this video some of the top things I've learned about not only growing my audience, but managing this audience and the ups and the downs that come with it. If you are interested in growing an audience yourself, whether you're an author or another type of creative, this video is for you. One of the biggest learnings that I want to share with you that I really hope you take home with you is that there are always going to be ups and downs. There is no level that you reach that you won't experience dips in your engagement, that there won't be ups and downs with the content that you post and the number of people that you reach. There will never be a point where you don't lose followers either. It happens. And I've really had to have a mindset shift from this is bad to this is natural, this is normal, and it actually can be a good thing when people unfollow us who are no longer a good fit. They are very likely someone who wasn't going to buy from us anyway, or just wasn't interested in our content. And if they aren't interested in our content, they're not going to engage with our content. And that actually helps the algorithm, because when people see our post, we want them to engage with it. And that tells the social media platform that your content is good and shows it to more people. And so if we have a bunch of followers who aren't interacting with us, that can be detrimental to our engagement and to our reach and prevent us from reaching the right people. So losing followers is natural. If you are losing more followers than you're gaining for an extended period of time, for months on end, that's a sign that you have to change something up, right? But if you have a week, I occasionally have a week where I lose more than I gain. What I posted that week didn't resonate, or maybe I posted more than normal and the people that were just not interested in my content found me, realized they were following me, didn't want to be anymore, and unfollowed. All of that is normal. It's natural and it's okay. And people with millions of followers have it happen all the time. So it is not abnormal. It is not something that you should really be concerned about, unless, of course, what I mentioned before, if it is a recurring pattern where you're losing way more than you're gaining. But there are going to be posts that do better than others. There are going to be posts that flop. I have posts that flop. I try something new, it doesn't work, so I try something new again. It's what we have to do to stay successful, to reach more people, to continue growing our audience. And so it's okay to fail. And I want you to remember that from this video. The next thing that I cannot express enough is that followers do not equal sales. And I think that's a big misconception, is that, oh, well, if I have 10,000 followers, I'm going to be making a ton of money because they're going to be buying from me. But followers don't equal sales. Your messaging, your content, the way that you promote your products equals sales. If you are not talking about your products enough, they're not going to equal sales. You may get new followers from your content, but that does not mean they're going to buy from you. And I think that's evidenced in the fact that I have 525,000 followers, but I haven't sold 525,000 books. I would absolutely love that. And I definitely hope to get to that number one day. But I've still been able to sell tens of thousands of copies to that audience. And then, of course, I have followers who follow along for my content. It takes them months or even years to nurture them, and they eventually buy. I have followers who buy before they even follow me. They see my content, they see a post, they go buy, and then they become followers, or they join my email list and stick around. And then there's people who follow and they aren't buyers. They're not going to buy. They enjoy my content, and that's that. They're a part of my community, and I welcome that very much. So I think it's really important to remember, and it's something that we talk about often, that I preach, is that your messaging matters and your content matters. And if you're not putting out engaging content that talks about your products, you're not going to sell it. If I come to someone's page and I don't see their product or what they're selling anywhere on the page, it's hard for me to find. I have to dig through their link tree or their website to find it. You're not going to convert to sales. And I don't know about you, but I'm not on social media for fun. I think it's fun. I enjoy networking with people and collaborating with people and meeting new people, but I'm there for my business. I'm there to make sales of my products and make income. So if you are the same way, you have to create content that sells. Now, really quick, I am so excited to be launching a new membership just for creatives in November. And I'm going to link the waitlist for you in the description because people on the waitlist are going to get my brand new course all about launching for free when they join the club in November. Now, memberships are one of my favorite things to offer. I have a membership just for poets, and I'm so excited to be launching a marketing membership with done for you content. We're talking professionally designed graphics, done for you captions, coaching from me every single month, content audits from me, things that I've never offered at this low of a price before that I only offer with my one-to-one clients. So if you want to get on the waitlist for that, it is going to be the place for creatives, authors, musicians, artists, photographers, makers to learn how to effectively market your products on social media. And it is going to be a low-cost membership. I cannot wait to tell you more next month. So be sure to get on the waitlist for that if you want to learn more and get that bonus course for free. The next thing I've learned is about managing my community, and that community is everything. I can sense when I am not engaging with my community enough because it feels kind of like a dead zone. It feels like people are not commenting, like people are not messaging me anymore. And sometimes I just go through phases where I'm not feeling it. I'm not in the mood. I'm tired, whatever it may be. And that's okay. It's okay to take breaks. But whenever I do come back with energy, with passion, asking my audience questions, using the different tools that social media offers to engage with my audience, I definitely see it come back to life. You want your followers to feel like they are a part of something special, like they are a part of a community so that they stick around and feel warmed up to you and trust you and buy from you. And that takes engagement. That takes asking your audience questions, telling stories, being yourself, showing some personality. And so that's really, really important when it comes to social media and keeping that audience alive. So ask your audience questions, use the polls and the question stickers they have on Instagram stories, use live streams on any social media platform that you use. Live streams are a great way to connect with your audience and bring them closer to you and really chat with like an intimate group of people that are really interested in your content. So that's definitely something that I've learned and had to continue doing along the way. The other thing is just showing appreciation for them, responding to comments when you can. You can pin comments on Instagram. You can share comments to your stories on Instagram or on TikTok. Give them a shout out in your newsletter. Anyone that ever posts that they read my book, I share that on my story and thank them. So it goes a long way to show appreciation for not only your followers, but your buyers. And that keeps them coming back too. The next thing that I have learned and that I waited too long to start is my email list. Social media can disappear. A certain social media platform can shut down. Your own individual platform can get hacked or get deleted mistakenly and you can't get it back. Things can happen. And so encouraging your followers to join you on your email list where you can jump in right into their inbox and give them valuable content there, tell them about sales or promotions, tell them stories that build their relationship with you is really key. Because even though this might not feel like a social media tip, it is. Because our audience can hear from us in multiple places and be even warmed up and ready to buy from us. So I took a few years to get started on my email list. I definitely recommend that you get started sooner than that. If you are already using social media, I always recommend MailerLite because it is a free platform. You can set up a free landing page. You don't pay until you have 1,000 subscribers. And so that works for a lot of people starting out with an email list. If you are interested in learning more about email lists, I'll link my video where I talked all about the author newsletter and my strategy for that in this video. This next one, I think a lot of people have heard before, and that is consistency is so key. I've been posting for 7 years. Not every single day, and I do take weeks off, but I don't disappear for months on end. I stay consistent and I stay in front of my audience. Not only do social media platforms like that, but our audience likes that and gives them a chance to connect with us. So really try to stay consistent, whatever that means for you, whether that's posting once or twice a week or whether that's posting every single day. More than that, like I've said, it has to be engaging content, the right messaging, not just buy my book, but here's what my book is about. Here is the story of how I wrote it. Here's how I came up with the idea. Here's what it's going to do for you. Here is the impact it's going to have on you. That's what is important, and that's what's going to engage your audience. So yes, I can sit here and say consistency is key, but if every day you're posting a graphic of buy my book, that's not going to sell your books, and that's not going to grow your audience. People want to follow people who are passionate and giving them value or something new to think about. This kind of goes hand in hand with that last tip. You have to adapt. And when you do adapt, you have to stay consistent with it to see if it actually works. So anytime you try something new on social media or really any form of marketing, try for at least 6 weeks consistently, like at minimum 6 weeks, to see if you notice a change. If your audience starts to adapt, if the algorithm starts to realize, okay, this is what this person is doing now, let's show it to more people. Now we understand their audience. It takes time, but you do have to adapt. So if Instagram is one of your primary platforms, they have broadcast channels now. I'll link a video about broadcast channels here and how I'm using it. If you have the ability to create one, give it a try. It's a great way to reach your audience directly. There's live streams, there's reels. If you're not doing a short form video, that's a huge factor in social media nowadays. And I think it's really worth trying. If you're on TikTok, they introduced carousels this year. So now you can do pictures that swipe. Try that if you haven't yet. There's always going to be new features, and you don't have to keep up with every single one. But those big ones, those popular ones that they are pushing, you should try and see what happens. And similarly to that, even if there aren't any new features, but you've been doing the same thing for a while and you're starting to notice it kind of teeter off, you're not growing, you're not reaching new people, it's time to try something new. Sometimes I look back at periods of slowness in my creative business and I'm like, why didn't I try something else sooner? I felt bored with what I was doing. I was posting kind of similar things. I wasn't feeling good about it. And so neither was my audience. And instead of trying something new, I would just say like, it'll come back, or, I'll wait till I'm feeling inspired, which is fine. But whenever you do notice that happening, try to switch it up. Think about what would excite you, what different content types you can try. Just break it up a little bit and you'll notice a difference. The next lesson that I have learned is that you can make money from social media, and you should be. I am not an influencer by any means. I don't consider myself that. I am a business owner. I am an author, and I am on social media to promote my products and make sales and make impact. And in order to do that, I have to sell to my audience. But sometimes as you grow your audience, you might get opportunities to work with companies or brands that you care about and make some additional income too. I am extremely picky about who I work with. At my follower count, I receive messages and emails on the daily with pitches from brands to work with me. And I've taken three in 7 years because I want my audience to trust me. I want my audience to stick around for my products and my brand. And if I can occasionally infuse another brand that I care about that works with my audience that I know they will love, then I'll do it. So I've made some nice side income from doing this. If you are full-time wanting to be an influencer and content creator, then you'll probably take more than I would, right? But a lot of us listening to this are creatives wanting to sell your own products. And so in that case, it's not advised to constantly be promoting other brands as well, because then you want your brand to be at the forefront of your social media pages. So I am a mental health writer, a self-love writer. I have worked with mental health organizations in the past on self-love challenges. I collaborated with another account to share my creative process, my mental health story. And these were all paid opportunities to add additional income for me and also show my audience some brands that I care about and think would make a difference to them. So be selective as your audience grows. Don't take everything that comes your way, but do know that it is okay to add some brand work that would be a good fit for your audience on occasion. I would love to learn something that you have learned about social media since getting started promoting your own creative work there. TikTok has been my biggest platform and the place where I make the most sales. If you are curious about using TikTok as a creative and making more sales and growing your audience there, I have an updated TikTok guide video that I will have here for you to click on once you're done watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you next time. Bye.